You are entering E&C's Pod of Awesomeness.
There you are, Birdman. You're sitting there. You're cleaning your beak. I can hear you.
Yeah.
It was a long week.
Yeah, for you or for me?
I'm just throwing out a guess. I'm prognosticating that you had a long week.
I had a good weekend. I was at the Rhode Island Comic-Con, and I didn't realize how big of a Comic-Con that is. I mean, it's pretty damn big.
Actually, bigger than the state itself?
Pretty much, because they use the arena that we wrestled in. The Dunk, as we call it, the Dunkin' Donuts Center.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I won a world title there.
Yeah, and I won the ECW championship there. So,
cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, they used that whole arena and the convention center that's attached to it. And they had people in both, and very big. Met a lot of E&C pod fans. A lot of hosers. Yeah, a lot of hosers. A lot of Tommies. People, even though I wasn't there, they were wanted me to know that they were hip to it. And they enjoyed the show. A lot of them said that they were hosers, came up, called themselves hosers, and also asked if they could be rocket strapped. So, cool to see the turnout. Got to see quite a few people I hadn't seen in a long time. Talked to Rey Mysterio for a little bit. Good to see Ray. He's always a happy guy, always in a good mood. Good to see him. Talked to Big Dave Batista briefly. Yeah.
Or Little Dave.
Yeah.
Was Little Dave there, and did you sing to him? What?
Yeah, that's right. I should have sang to him. I didn't even think about it.
Irregardless, Little Dave Batista.
So I saw, talked to Lita and Trish. I saw Brooke Adams was there. It was nice to see her. And I saw Bret Hart. I actually had dinner with Bret one night, so that was pretty cool too.
Very nice. Little Canadian combustion there. Like that's Canada all represented in one table there.
And I had him rocket strap me with the sunglasses. I had him put them on me and put a little picture out. And it was funny because I got a little pop because he put them on me and I went, Brad, go get him, champ. And there's a few people standing around. They got a big kick out of it. He even laughed, which was pretty cool.
Now, I just got to go back here because you said a lot of people are hip to what's going on. Now, if you say you're hip to something, does that immediately exclude you from being hip?
I didn't mean hip in a hip sense, like, oh,
like
man,
skilly,
so
wow.
Yeah, not that. I mean,
you're not scatting in Greenwich Village or anything?
No, I'm not that cool, but I meant it in the sense of that they are aware of it and all of the little stupid things we say on this podcast. So a lot of hosers out there, so appreciate it and enjoyed meeting everyone in Rhode Island, brother.
I would like to see you in a black turtleneck with a black beanie. And
don't challenge me because I'll do it.
And in some kind of jazz freestyle.
Skilly wah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go to one of those.
That would be good.
I'll go to one of those like poetry reading type things. I think I would do good at one of those.
Sure you would. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot to say, man. I'm deep.
You are deep. You're like bottom of the ocean where the Kraken lives deep. Yeah. That's your phone ringing, or is that mine?
That's not mine.
That's mine. Oh, son of a... That's Beth trying to FaceTime me. But that's okay. I won't answer.
FaceTime her in?
I'm going to decline her right now. Should I? Okay, here, hold on. I'm going to FaceTime her in. Hi, honey.
Where are you going?
I'm doing the pod, and you're now on it.
Oh, cool. Sorry.
Hi, Beth.
I was in the, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
She can't hear you, Jay. You're in a headset.
Well, I was yelling. I was thinking maybe she could hear me yell.
Well, Jay says hi.
Okay, hi. I'm sorry I interrupted. Just, I had students over. We were doing a presentation thing, so.
Well, I can call you as soon as I'm done. How does that sound?
That sounds, you have your video voice on. I'll call you.
I'll call you back later on.
Thank you. I would really appreciate that. All right. Back to the top 40 on 40. However it goes.
All right. I'll call you back after.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
Right.
If we were going to be compared to a radio station, like she just said, like top 40 or whatever, I think we'd be more like WKRP in Cincinnati.
And I guess I'm Dr. Johnny Fever, if that's the case.
Oh, man, I wanted to be Fever.
I think you're Venus Flytrap. I think
No,
you're
I'd
Venus,
be,
man.
was it the guy Andy Travis? Was
Andy
that his name?
Travis with the
Yeah.
tight dungarees and the mammal toe.
Yeah.
You want mammal toe?
I rock a little mammal toe from here to, from time to time.
Ugh. Have you ever rocked mammal toe in Cincinnati? There's the real question.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
So you talked about how people are coming up and they're hip to the pod, man.
Yeah.
I did some interviews this week to promote the season premiere of Vikings, and I did it with ESPN, did it with Sports Illustrated, did it with IGN. And of course, they need to have the sports tie-in, the former career tie-in. And the first thing they asked me about, ENC Pod of Awesomeness.
Huh. What do you know?
People
were they hip to it?
They were hip to it, Bird, and seemed to enjoy it. A lot of people seem to enjoy it. A lot of the extras here on set, very hardworking group of extras on the Viking set. A lot of them listening to the pod.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yep. Fucking hosers. They're everywhere.
Fucking hosers.
Yeah.
So would you think? Well, what'd you think of this week? What'd you think of Daniel Bryan's promo on Smackdown?
Yeah, I thought it was. A pretty damn strong promo. I think it's almost like maybe he channeled it as if it were going to be him wrestling the match almost, because we talked to him on this pod where, his desire to get back in the ring and to wrestle, that's very real. And that's something that he is still aiming for. And he is not giving up hope on that happening at all. So it's almost like he was channeling it, that it was him supposed to be in this spot, So I thought it was pretty powerful.
Yeah, it was very interesting to listen to the crowd almost change when he said about the tapping to the knee bar. You could hear the dynamic in the audience go, huh? Okay. And they had to get him back. It was kind of cool to hear. I don't know if that was the intended reaction, but there was a reaction nonetheless, Bird. Nobody wants apathy.
I know, but that's the cool thing about a live audience, right?
Yeah.
And that's, we talk about, acting and being on set and all that stuff, and that's cool. But the cool thing about wrestling and being out there in front of that audience, the instant feedback that you get, and you never know what it's going to be. Yeah. You can have a thought in your head, well, it might go this way, or they're going to go crazy on this, and there's not really as much reaction as you thought, or something you think, well, I don't know if it's going to work, and it goes crazy. You just never know, and that's the beauty of it. They're always throwing you curveballs.
Do you remember the time you gapped out during a promo? Yeah,
I do. It was like I think I might even have talked about it on this before. I'm not sure if I did or not, but
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, we were doing a promo, and I think there was some sort of buzzword I was supposed to hit for Mick Foley's music to come out, and he was going to confront us from the stage. And you said your piece, and then I was talking mine, and all of a sudden I just went completely blank of everything I was going to say. And I just remember, and when we've talked about it too, when there's a big crowd, you can't see individual faces, really. You look out and you see people, but it's hard to just pinpoint. But I saw everybody's face at that moment in time. Every single one of them staring at me like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, and I think even Jerry Lawler's like, oh my God, Christian, he's so upset he's incoherent. And I was stammering, and I even turned to you and I went, what am I talking about? And you went, I don't know. And you really starting to laugh. And I just saw myself breaking out into a sweat. And then I think they realized, okay, this guy has no idea what he's doing. So they hit Foley's music. And when he came out, he actually said, you forgot your line. And then he went into his promo. And
good
worst.
fake laugh too.
No, and then I remember I saw Vince the next day, and he's like, "Good shit last night," and I was like, "Did you hear that, bro?"
It was real.
I forgot everything I was going to say, and he's like, "Are you a babyface?" I went, "No, I'm a heel." He goes, "Well, if you're a babyface, it's the kiss of death. If you're a heel, it doesn't matter." You get your bearings, you turn back. You can even ask Adam, like, what the hell am I doing? I said, I did ask him that, and he gave me nothing. And he laughed.
You're on your own, pal.
Yeah. And he's like, no. He goes, there, baby-faced kiss of death. If you're a heel, doesn't matter. You can do it. You can get away with anything out there. Good shit. And he walked away. And I was like, okay. That kind of even gave me the confidence also to not have to worry about learning things word for word and going out and feeling it and going out there with bullet points, stay within the boundaries of the promo, do the business that you're supposed to do, but you can put it in your own words.
Yeah. I remember Bryan and I coming up with the Big Fat Failure Turtles promo and, going out to the crowd and, calling them failures. I think I did anyway. And I had no idea what I was going to do. And I remember pinpointing this one kid and telling him when he grows up, he's going to be a failure. And I went off. I was just like having fun and running around the ring and just being an idiot. And again, as a heel, Vince did not like that promo. And it is still one of my favorite promos that I did because so much of it was just off the cuff and having fun and no real plan except for saying Big Fat Failure Turtles.
Yeah.
And kind of riffing on it from there. So yeah, there you have it, Bird.
There you have it. Wow.
Also, speaking of good crowds and good reactions, I really enjoyed the Natty Charlotte match.
Yeah, and
I liked Natty's aggression and how they started the match, and Natty really trying to get out of dodge. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I think that they have really good chemistry together, right?
Yeah.
And I think that anytime you have, the heart and the flair dynamic, it feels a little bit bigger, even if it's a TV match. Mm-hmm. And their history goes way back to that amazing match they had on NXT TakeOver. And yeah, every time they get in the ring, they seem to do something really entertaining together. And this was no different. And I thought the finish was great. Obviously, you don't always get the babyface big victory in their hometown. They always sometimes tend to go the other way with it. So it was nice to see her win in her hometown and with her dad being there and all that sort of thing after everything he's gone through with the 30th for 30 that was just shown. So yeah, it was a great moment.
Sometimes, Bird, you need the feel-good moment.
Yeah,
and
you do,
wrestling
man.
doesn't always come through with that. It can, as you said, do the opposite of that. So it's nice to see that happen every once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes just got to give them what they want.
Yeah, and you can't every time. So it's makes it mean more when it does.
Right.
Right.
Just like they want to see me slap your ass.
I don't think anyone wants to see that.
Yes, they do.
I don't think they do. So we could go into predictions, or I can read you an email that we received.
How come you get to read it?
Because I read better than you.
Touche.
Speaking, that's it. Not even. You're just gonna fully own up to that one. Like, yep, no, you do. Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm up to 49 books. I'm gonna do the book a week challenge. I'm gonna beat it.
You're almost there.
I'm almost there.
Yeah.
I'm almost there. And
you're running out of time. You might be actually, you're ahead of the pace.
I know.
Do you get bonus points if you do 54?
I don't know who would hand out the bonus points. Like if Galactus is somehow, the leader of the Book a Week club, and that's a comic reference, you won't get it. But Hurricane will be listening and he will get it. And that's enough for me.
There you go.
Yep. All right. Here's the email. Hey, E&C, my name is Tim, and I live in Pittsburgh, and I just wanted to say that I love the podcast, especially listening to you guys talk about hockey. Also, I have a funny story. ... After hearing about how the Rocket Strappers push everyone to the top, I renamed my fantasy football team the Rocket Strappers and have won 3 games in a row, and I'm now in a playoff spot. I give you guys all the credit, and for that, all the credit for that. So thank you for supplying the Rocket.
It's not just it. We rocket strap everybody, not just in the business, brother. Like this,
whatever walk
sports.
of life. We
Yeah.
will strap a racket. A
Strap
rocket.
a racket.
I'll strap a racket too, a tennis racket.
Yeah.
We'll strap a tennis racket on the back of our rocket, and we'll take you as high as you can get.
We'll serve you an ace.
Oh, nice save for
I
me there.
saved your ass.
You pulled me out. Yeah,
Unlike
you
how
did.
you did for me in that promo, but whatever.
You just pulled us out of deuce. See, another tennis reference. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah. It must be love.
Oh man, I want to
we're
make like
on
a
fuego.
John McEnroe reference or something, or Martina Navratilova. You remember her?
Yeah. Vitas Gerolitis.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Who was the guy? Yannick Noah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going way back now. All right,
Yeah.
that's enough of that. Survivor Series.
Yeah. It's
What you
coming up.
thinking? Triple H is back.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle, Triple H, Shane McMahon in a match in the same match in 2017. It's not 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it, and I also like the whole kind of storyline of Kurt putting his son in the match, even though he doesn't really deserve at this point to be in there with the caliber of guys that are in there.
Yeah.
And then he didn't want to say that the match had been changed, and he's standing in the ring with tears in his eyes, about to cry. Jason Jordan was. Kurt didn't have the heart to tell him. Then it was a good reveal. Hunter comes out and just basically says, "If you're not going to tell him, I will." Tells him, hits the deal, and walks out. So it was pretty. I think that's all it needed to be. Pretty quick to the point. Give him a little tease, not too much, and it also leaves the door open. Like we said with Jason Jordan, he's got all the tools in the ring, but now this can really expand his character, and also maybe even using guilt that Kurt might have, being his father, his absentee father, his whole life. Kind of using that against him to kind of further his career. So it could really go to some different places. I like it.
Do you see a Triple H Kurt Angle match at WrestleMania?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. Maybe a Kurt Shane match after last night or Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Yeah.
So who knows?
Lots of possibilities. Bird, what's going to happen with AJ and Brock? Talk to me.
Oh man, I don't know. It's a tough one to call. I don't see Brock losing. I think a lot of these championship matches are pretty interesting, right? Are they title for title? Or are they not? They're non-title matches, right?
I think they're non-title. I think it's
Okay.
just brand supremacy.
Yeah, I think at least one of them. I think it would add some intrigue to it if it was both. But then it kind of hurts each brand. I mean,
Yeah.
there has to be almost like you think about the baseball All-Star game, right? The winner of that gets the home field advantage in the World Series for either National or American League, right? So I don't know. I feel like maybe the big winner that maybe at least in the Team Raw, the interbrand match, Team Raw against Team Smackdown, like there has to be something there more than just like.
Okay, so listen to this idea. This is off the top of my head as you're talking about that. Tell me what you think about this. The winning brand of Survivor Series gets the guaranteed main event slot at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's something, right? I mean, that's big, and it also you could do it for this world title. It's a non-title match. The winner of it gets the main event spot.
No matter who the champion is,
It doesn't matter.
No matter, it's just the Raw brand will get the main event of WrestleMania, no matter who the champion is at that
Right.
point.
Because let's be honest, unless you're in that last match, it's not really considered the main event match.
I mean,
Even if it's a world
Mania
title
has gotten to the point where there's a lot of matches that draw it. There's always 4 or 5 that draw and push it, but there's only one that goes on last.
Yeah.
And that's when you can go, okay,
Yeah.
main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like I said, all these matches are at this point big deals because it's, brand champion against brand champion. But yeah, I do think that, that's a good idea that you came up with, spawned off of the amazing idea that I just had.
I like that mine was good and yours was amazing. We just rocket strapped that idea.
Yeah, fuck, we just rocket strapped the Survivor Series.
And in turn, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You're welcome, WWE.
Yeah. Or also, maybe you could
What?
double it. Maybe you do oh man, this is just going places. We should be writing this stuff.
Yeah.
The Team Raw versus Team Smackdown, the winner of that could receive the 30th spot in the Royal Rumble, which is obviously the prime spot you want to go in, right?
Yeah.
So you could do whoever wins.
Although it takes some of the shock value away too.
Yeah, but you don't know who that they're going to. That it's up to them to pick who was out 30th. You don't know who they're going to pick.
Well, okay. Well, that makes it different.
Yeah. Anyways, we're just spitballing here.
Just spitballing, just seeing what sticks to the wall. Tell us what you think sticks to the wall there, hosers.
Yeah. What else is? What else in the
So
news here?
AJ and Brock, real quickly.
Yeah.
I did. I think it was the interview with ESPN, or it was one of them, and they asked me about that match. And what I said was, this is a match that I don't think people necessarily thought they'd ever see, A. And two, who would win? And I said, well, I think AJ is one of the world champions, like a Ric Flair, like a, he's a world champion that you feel could lose any night. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And he's so talented that he can afford a loss.
Yeah.
Whereas Brock, while also extremely talented, is the beast. And if he gets beat, it really means something.
Yes.
So you can't do it as much. I do think it will be an interesting contrast in styles. And styles. See what I did? And I do really look forward to seeing it.
Yeah. So
I'm also really looking forward to seeing Charlotte and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that will be a good match.
I do too. And I'm a fan of both. And I've talked about it before. I think that Alexa Bliss is a good little heel. And Charlotte is obviously very gifted, and she's really finding her way as a babyface, seemingly more comfortable every time she goes out. And she's
it feels like
as such. So,
well, and Survivor Series, thankfully, they're treating it like one of the big four again. But that does feel like it could have been a WrestleMania match at some point, and it still could be. But
for sure,
I like a lot of times firsts happening at WrestleMania. Have they wrestled before though? Somebody's
sure
gonna jump all over me.
I'm sure they have
wrestled in like Boise, Idaho, and just so you know, yeah. New Day versus The Shield. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, and I like the last few weeks too that they've really, like we talked about too. Sometimes with New Day, you almost forget how good they are in the ring because they're so entertaining. And it was almost like when we talked about with Brian Wirtz a few weeks ago when he was on our podcast, that some of the concerns about us when we were teaming, that we sometimes were too entertaining, too funny, too comedic, and these guys, same thing. You can tend to almost forget how good they are in the ring. And so the last few weeks when they've been a little bit more serious and roughing people up and those sorts of things has helped them a long way. And it's definitely added some intrigue, I think, to this match. And I think with the freshness of the Shield, especially with Roman just kind of coming back because he's been gone for a little bit, they still seem really fresh because we haven't seen them all together a lot. So I think there's some hype around this match too, and it should be really good.
I think I'm going to tell you the one that I think I'm most looking forward to is the Bar versus the Usos.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see that.
Yeah.
I know the Usos are kind of somewhere in between face and heel. The Bar is definitely heels, but they are going to have an amazing match.
Oh, yeah. And notice it's not on the pre-show.
Yeah. See that? See that? You don't put the Usos on the pre-show, man.
Yeah.
You can't, you don't.
You don't do it.
You don't.
You don't do it.
Not got that.
Not that. No. So
I also have to say this week, we on set, we had, this little fella, named Max, who is, he's awesome little guy. He's very sick right now. And he got to be a Viking for a day. And we got him all dressed up and everything, and he's a big wrestling fan. Yeah. So once he realized, with my makeup and hair and everything, who it was, that it was Edge under there, and we had a good day. And his favorite is Sheamus. So
Wow.
I called in a couple favors, and he even has a little mohawk.
That's awesome.
Like Seamus has.
That's awesome.
And so first, he was in our catering, and I called John, and John FaceTimed with him.
Wow.
So you should have seen, honestly, the parents were just like, the kid was super excited, but he didn't know what to do, whereas the parents were just like, oh my God, what is happening right now? And it was so awesome.
That's cool.
And John, at the drop of a hat, within 20 minutes of getting a hold of him, is sitting there FaceTiming with this kid. Just class act, good dude. And once Seamus landed, again, just sat there and talked to this little guy, and he had the best day. It was so great. So Mad Max, our little Viking buddy, a little shout out to Mad Max.
That's awesome, man. And you know what? And shows you what kind of guys both Seamus and John are to do something like that. It's very, in the grand scheme of things, it's a small act, but it's a huge thing for a boy like that and for his family, and it goes a long way. And man, that's huge. Those guys did that.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think once you start having kids of your own, and you start hearing things like, what this little boy's going through, it was definitely, I think for the parents to be able to see him have that kind of day was just, it was just amazing. So thanks to those guys, because that was pretty damn cool. And you know what? Everybody, and even like Finn, got a hold of me after, with the time difference and everything, and, just said, I'm in, but, I wasn't with him anymore. So everybody within our industry just, jumps whenever there's something like that happens. And it's like, okay, what can we do? When can we do it? Can we do it right now? What else do you need? Like, Seamus is flying to see his parents next week, and he's bringing some shirts for him.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of ingrained in the DNA of our industry and the performers in our industry to do that kind of thing. Because you do, sometimes it takes things like that to remember what you felt like as a little kid and go, oh, okay, I now affect little kids like that. I can, be a phone call or a FaceTime that will, he will carry with him now for the rest of his life. Yeah. And, it's huge. So anyway.
Yeah. Awesome. That's a really great story. Glad you told that. And I'm sure, something him and his family will never forget. And that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So shout out to Mad Max.
Mad Max, brother.
So, what do you think, Bird? Should we get to what no guest today? Well, I shouldn't say we don't have a guest. We do have a guest.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. Hey, you know how, I don't want to say it. Sometimes, on this pod, people seemingly go into business for themselves. No, they don't. But should we maybe talk about the Zane Owens thing a little bit? They got sent home. Do you know anything about that?
I don't, because I wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't either. But
just when I see, all I know through life now is through Twitter, which is a sad commentary, I guess, that I glean my news from that. But I don't know. They went into business for themselves and they got sent home. Is that the idea?
No, something like that. I'm going to say this, and I was thinking about it because, like I said, I have no idea. I haven't talked to anybody about the situation. I haven't talked to them. So if I said one way or another, it'd be complete speculation, but I'm not going to say that, obviously, because I don't know. But I can say from personal experience, I know that sometimes things are miscommunicated between channels sometimes, especially when it gets filtered through many channels. And I remember it reminded me of a time years ago, we were doing a UK only pay-per-view, and you and I were in a tag match. I think it was a multiple team tag match, and one of the teams was Bob Holly and Crash Holly, and it was like a four corners 4-team match or something to that effect. And anyways, they needed a match to go out.
Cluster.
Yeah, so they needed a match to go out first. to kind of, obviously they didn't really have a dark match, didn't have a ton of time, so it was like a 4 or 5 minute match. It was very short, but they wanted me and Crash Holly to go out so they could check the cameras, check the lighting, and just to get the crowd up a little bit. And when they first came back, they had said Christian is going over, and then they came back, so we put a little match together, whatever. They came back not long after and said, I think that they may change it to Crash because I think you guys are winning the match. And we're like, oh, okay. And then it came back and said, we're still waiting, and we're getting closer and closer to when we had to go out there. We're a little under an hour at this point. And they came back and they said, well, actually, they want Crash to go over. But it's not confirmed yet. Let's just get one more. We're just waiting for final confirmation, but it looks like at this point, Crash is going to go over. So we were kind of getting 2 finishes left. And now we're standing at Gorilla. And sometimes before the show starts, there's not really anybody. Like Vince isn't up there. There's nobody really up there.
It'd be a ghost town.
Right. So we're standing there, and then one of the producers came up to us and said, okay, guys, this is the time you had. And then we're looking at them, and we weren't 100% sure on the time either. And we're looking at them and said, okay, you got like 5 minutes. You may get the cue earlier. You may get it a minute later, so just be aware of it. We're looking at them like, do we have a finish? And said, oh, yeah, Christian over. So we went out. I think it was like a 4-minute match. It was very quick. Came back, and Bob Holly was standing there, and he was super mad. And he's like, what the fuck happened out there? And then last I heard that, Crash was going over, and then there was another producer, somebody there was like, yeah, what happened? And then it became this big thing. And we're like, oh, hold on a second here. And then all of a sudden, of course, back then, it was much different than it is now. It spread through the thing that I had changed the finish, and I had went over, even though I was going over in the match. And it became this big thing. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I just went about my business. I remember people I'd walk in the locker room, people were saying like the snide comments, like, oh, everybody got their finish. Oh, here comes Christian. Don't worry, he might change your finish, like this kind of stuff, right? And I was like, yeah, fuck. So, and not there for very long at this point, maybe a year, and very, very young there still. So of course I wouldn't, I wouldn't assume that I had the power to just go out there and do what I wanted to do. So, again, you threw me under the bus, much like the promo. You didn't help me out at all. And I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, what was I in the match?
I
didn't change the finish. You did.
Yeah. So, anyways, I remember I got on the bus after, and everybody rode on the bus, and then I was sitting kind of near the front, and I heard whispers and people saying my name and saying things, and it was getting louder. And then I was like, you know what? So I just stood up and I walked back, and I said, all right, anybody have anything they want to say? And then everybody started grilling me about it. Well, what happened here and what happened there and blah, blah. And so I started answering the questions. And then, of course, it became kind of more of a funny thing where they were obviously ribbing me, right? They realized that it was a fuck up. And then, they were started to grill Crash. And Crash like, no, man. Like we both didn't know. And that's what we were told. Like we both had no idea what was going on. And they're like, oh, stop sticking up for him, man. You don't need to stick up for him. But he stuck to his guns too. Like he was, he could have joined in on the ribbing and had his way with me too, but he didn't. And he was like, no. We didn't know what was going on. And that was literally told to us as the music was about to play and we're going out. We literally didn't know what was going on. And so, yeah, like I said, I don't want to compare it because I don't think that was a dark match compared to something that's on SmackDown. But there are sometimes things go through many channels. And when it finally gets to the talent or something else, it can be misunderstood or presented in a different way, or a piece was forgotten or whatever. It does happen. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, it's like they're good dudes. They're good workers. If there's a miscommunication, whatever it was, I will say that I was surprised that the crossbody was the finish. I thought that was screwed up. I thought like Sammy didn't kick out. That was the only thing I thought. But other than that, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. And, you know what I mean? I don't know what to add to that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got. It just reminded me of that story, and I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That was a good story, though. That was a good story. So, like your little segue there.
Yeah. Hey, what about Tommy? is going to join us for this little
for our little roundtable discussion on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Tommy.
What we did, Tommy.
Yeah. But before that, we should preface that we caught him off guard. He thought we were calling him for Tails, and it turns out he was at a natural healing spot.
He was in his healing cave.
I picture his healing cave like if you went into Oscar from Sesame Street. If you went into his trash can,
it would look like Tommy's
it
healing
would
cave.
be like that and smell like it.
What? So like there's garbage hanging off the walls?
I mean, I just think that it would, smell like Tommy.
Like Tommy. like the folds of Tommy's pecs.
Yeah.
Like in there?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cheesy.
Yeah, cheesy. Tommy.
Like
getting naturally healed. Like what does he need natural healing for?
Well, he's a shipwreck. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
His body's a
his
train
back.
wreck.
Maybe if he learned how to fucking bump instead of getting hit with kendo sticks, he wouldn't have these problems.
I think part of the problem is that he bumps a lot. And that might be part of the problem. Yeah. And he's like, how old is he? 52 now?
Something like that.
Tommy. He's the same age as me. But Tommy. We can't bust him when he's not here yet.
Nah.
So this is what we did. We talked about the Mount Rushmore of a bunch of different subjects within the wrestling industry, within the genre.
Yeah. Of course, it's subjective. It's just our point of views. We're having some fun with it. And, of course, you can chime in and let us know what you think and who would be on your Mount Rushmore in any specific topic we were talking about. You can drop us a line on the at E&C Pod, brother, on the Twitter.
Or email at...
hold on a sec.
Email at...
ecpodofawesomeness@gmail.com.
There it is.
And you know what the fuck? What the hell, man? Leave us a voicemail, too. 929-367-8204. That's 929-367-8204. Leave us a voicemail. Maybe we'll play it. We haven't played some for a while, so, yeah. Cool. Mount Rushmore. Fuck it.
So, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, and guess what? Next week, I fly home Saturday for 6 weeks over my Christmas hiatus. I'm going to have Guyaki again.
Yeah, and you know what else is going to happen? And this is legit. I'm showing up to slap your ass.
I heard you're showing up. You're not going to slap my ass. You're not going to touch my ass. You're not going to get anywhere near my ass. All right. Let's take it to Tommy in his healing cave.
All right. Here we go.
I'm at my alternate healing place.
Where?
I got places. I got things.
So you're not available? Because we were going to have you...
To come into the city?
No, to do this episode. You said you're at an alternate healing...
No, I said, can we do this now? What time do you need to do it?
Where are you?
We can do it right now.
Don't worry where I am. I'm in...
Are you at home?
Really?
No, I don't have an alternate healing place in my home yet.
So we need you for like a good 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, great. Why am I hosting?
Are you going to be alternately healed while you can stand? You don't have to go into an appointment and talk to anybody else?
No, I cannot have electronic devices when there's positive energy flowing through my gigantic body, brother.
So it will in no way affect your alternate healing, is what you're saying.
So what do you need me to do besides coming to Manhattan?
You don't have to come into Manhattan. You just need to talk to us about some ideas right now. Something that we hello, can you hear me? Tommy.
Yes.
Tommy. So we want to have you on as our guest host to talk about...
Can you hear me?
What are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Hey, we're going to call back the studio number. We're going to send it to you. This is on my cell phone.
Okay, call. Text it to me.
Bye, Tommy.
All right, Tommy.
Hello.
Since we have negotiated you guest hosting with us this week, what we wanted to talk about is something that we've talked about before, but we didn't use this episode. We did it a few months ago. Now we're going to do it. We're going to do it up proper. We want to do Mount Rushmore of wrestling. However, we are going to break it into categories. Okay?
Break it down.
All right?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Tommy.
Tommy,
Dear Lord.
let me ask you a question. How far is this alternate healing place from your home?
It is a good 15 minutes from it, and there's I'm a wheeler and dealer, a lot of business things. I'm trying to get rich like you.
Are you wheeling and dealing and getting alternately healed at the same time, or?
Somewhat, yes. Some days, I usually go about once a week, and let me tell you, I believe it all works. It really does. You know, I had a big cut on my hand. I have a scar. They zapped it with this laser, and the very next day I saw skin growing over it, like I just injured it, and it was pretty cool, though I just picked off the scab anyway. Last week when I was in Vegas, I hurt my hip from a spear, and I could barely walk. I had a limp, and I went into the cryotherapy thing, and because I was afraid I wouldn't even be able to get on my plane, and I felt great. I walked out without a limp, and there's just a bunch of little things. A friend of mine has his own business, and we're kind of doing some stuff together. Going to have a huge launch in 2018. I'm going to cure the world of everything.
You know how you can avoid the hip being hurt on the spear? Learn how to take a proper bump.
Says the man who's no longer active. Thank you very much.
Good point.
180 shows, 180 indies this year, brother. I'm on pace for.
Yeah, he's got you beat there, Bird. He's got you beat. You ain't gonna, he called your bluff.
I could step back. I could step back in the ring tomorrow, 3.5 years being out, and be fucking amazing.
I agree.
And that's not even being cocky. This is the truth.
I agree. You'd have 5-star matches.
Such a dick.
And I would yell at you, Tommy. I would yell at you in the ring.
Anytime you want, House of Hardcore is always open for you.
Oh, there it is. The return. So brother. Hey, Tommy, guess what? So I go into a magazine store, a convenience store, for lack of a better term, over here, a slash bookstore over here in Ireland, and I saw Fighting Spirit magazine, and who do I see in one of the advertisements for Fight Network but young Thomas Laughlin, a.k.a. Tommy Dreamer, the innovator of violence, even doing the arm heat pose.
Ooh, Tommy.
Nice.
Yeah. Just figured I'd tell you that.
I appreciate that. I'm global, brother.
Yeah.
You're worldwide. Dreamer worldwide, brother. Forget about people.
So we want to do the Mount Rushmore, because we've talked about, color commentary and real bro. You know what? That might be a good one to start with. Now, I've said who I think already in a previous pod, who I think are and I'm not talking, actually, I'm not talking color commentary. I'm talking play-by-play wrestling announcer Mount Rushmore. Who you got?
Jim Ross, number one.
Uh-huh.
Joey Styles. And remember, he did it solo for 8 years.
Yeah.
So he had to tell both stories, even though at times he had the Rick Rudes and the Joel Gertners, and the Shane Douglases. But Joey Styles is up there. Number two, Gordon Soley.
Actually, it's number 3, Tommy.
By himself as well for a long time. He also had like the Roddy Pipers with him. And I need one more. So we're talking about leads, right?
Yes, yeah. So I think it's color commentary or play-by-play is I think the technical term.
I would say Lance Russell should be up there, because he did it for so long in Memphis, and he was a great storyteller. So that would be my top 4 right there.
Solid.
Wait till the king finds out.
Solid, Tommy. So mine was JR, Gordon Soley, Lance Russell, and Gorilla Monsoon.
I totally forgot about Gorilla Monsoon.
I know, right? you forget. Like, he was so amazing.
I view him more as like a host.
Yeah, it could be argued.
I mean, he did. But you were right. That was his job. He did it with Bobby Heenan. Amazing.
Yeah. And with Jesse. And, I mean, so that begs the question, because nobody really wants to know Jay's opinion. What about the color guys, because that's such an important part of it too,
Bobby Heenan.
Bobby Heenan for sure.
Yeah. I think you have to put Jesse in there too, because
you got to put Jesse,
because Jesse was the first guy to bring a heel spin on the color commentary. For sure, he has to be there.
Yep, I would agree with that. Bobby Heenan, Jesse Ventura, Paulie. Paul is great.
Yeah.
In that spot, he was great in WCW. He was great when he did it in WWE. He's also one of those guys. A lot of the guys, they like, I always just view it as, hey, get over the moves. A lot of those guys either go to business for themselves or they just talk about the other things. Is what I hate about a lot of commentary when you guys are out there working and they're not talking about, that they're doing. I used to be, whenever I'd watch my Sunday night heat matches, they'd be talking about the pay-per-view coming up while Tommy Dreamer's wrestling. You guys weren't on that show a whole heck of a lot. You're on the main roster. Give me a number 4. I'm trying to think here.
Is this for color?
This is for color, yeah. I know who I got already, and then I want to give a shout out to somebody too who I think is very underrated at it.
Who obviously, I think Jerry Lawler would have to go on there.
Oh, I forgot about King. Yeah, absolutely.
So I think King is a safe bet, but Jesse, Bobby, who was super underrated in terms of getting the match over and getting the guys over was Taz.
Yeah.
Taz was really, really good about talking about the match. And
absolutely.
He really understood that part of it, and I think he felt like he was coming from the corner of the boys, in terms of, he understood that if you were wrestling and he, we got to talk about the pay-per-view, but he was also going to talk about that because he knew that the guys would feel that way, So,
right.
I think he was really good. But I think Corey Graves is very, very quickly making a case for himself.
I was going to say Corey Graves, but he hasn't been around long enough. Yeah. But he would definitely be there in 10 years when you guys are still podcasting and I'm still wrestling somewhere.
If you want to talk about sleeper or maybe even a little bit off the radar as far as play-by-play goes, you have to, I'm thinking even throwing like Bob Caudle in there too, right?
I was Bob Caudle's got one of those voices, man. Yeah. He's, it's tough. It really is tough because Bob Caudle, he was great, you know. I just remember thinking like those NWA and going off the air with the Rock and Roll Express and they're in the ring and his voice, Yeah.
If you want to listen at times to horrible commentating, go and watch the WWE Network and click on to Mid-South Championship Wrestling. And you could watch whenever like the bosses are there. First of all, the co-hosts are verbally fellatioing the owner of the company as the incomparable great Bill Watts, the man who does the greatest commentary of all time, just putting him over on us like just call the match. And I'm watching early World Class, and oh my God, it's atrocious, the commentary. It's just,
And that's it. When there's bad commentary, you realize how important commentary is. And
let's go with Mount Rushmore of worst commentators.
Oh, okay.
We don't want to bury anyone, do we? Or do we?
Who is the guy from AWA with the beard? Larry.
Oh man, Larry
Nelson.
Larry Nelson.
I was
going to say Larry Reynolds, but that would be right.
I might throw him on there. You know, but I mean, let's face it. There's like, if you go back and watch some of these like old regional stuff, there's going to be some bad commentary. Yeah. I want to give you know who I want to give a shout out to, because he was one of the voices of my youth, is Ed Whalen from Stampede Wrestling. For sure. He was awesome.
Yeah. You got to be Canadian to really know that one, brother.
Yeah. In the meantime, and in between time, that's it. Another edition of Stampede Wrestling.
Yeah.
Bye-bye now. All right. So, commentators, enough of the commentators. Now, what do we want to switch? What do we want to switch to? Hey, I tell you what, and this might be very similar to a all told Mount Rushmore, but let's do a little bit of era action here. Let's take the 80s. Let's go from the 80s. And who do you put on a Mount Rushmore of wrestling from the 80s?
Ooh, man. From the 80s.
Me, Dusty, Hogan, Flair.
Right? Now it gets... Oof.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. And right now you got one WWF, you got two NWA. Yeah. So do you go, okay...
I'm thinking, I was thinking either Jerry Lawler or Nick Buckwinkle.
Wow.
Because how I look at it is
AWA,
drawing
ability
and drawing power.
Yeah.
And, you know, how back then you could actually, how's the house, all that stuff. And then it's who's on top.
Right. And how long they were able to sustain that on top, too, is another factor, right? Because some guys got a taste of it but didn't maybe last as long. And there was guys that were up there, they were able to carry their... respective promotion for years.
I was just with an older wrestler, by the way, and he told me that Nick Bockwinkel was supposed to be the original Mr. Perfect.
Wow.
But he decided to stay. Yep, he decided to stay with Vern Gagne, and then they gave it to Kurt Hennig.
Wow. That's...
Yep, I was out in Vegas, and they told me that.
Bombshell. You know, and Nick Bockwinkel, man, he was so good.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody hasn't, and I'm guessing if you're listening to this show, you probably have, do yourself a favor, though. Go watch some Nick Bockwinkel. Anybody who's getting into this industry or is in this industry or wants a guy to watch, to just soak up and sit at the tree of knowledge of what his matches are.
Even promos, right? Like in a time when promos were a lot of screaming and these these yelling
he was articulate.
Promos. He was articulate. He was smart. He was
He was
using his intelligence as his weapon and like verbal warfare, so to speak, you know, and a lot of guys weren't doing that. And I don't mean that in a way of screaming. He was talking smarter than the other people, and he didn't have to scream to get his message across. He didn't have to scream to try and draw money. And he was using big words that in a sense was heat because he was talking down to people instead of trying to talk over people.
Well, it's the template that Jericho used later on, but here's how good that Bockwinkel was. His promos were as good as Bobby Heenan's, who was his manager.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, think about that for a second. So, anyway, so that's a very interesting way to look at the 80s. They're young Tommy. Jay, who you got?
Tommy.
I
have Hogan.
Of course.
Flair.
Yeah.
Dusty. Harley Race.
Yeah. So here's where I'm going. Hogan, Flair, Dusty. I think that seems to be, a unanimous. And now
you have to have Flair on there too, right? What'd I say?
You got to have Flair. You said Flair.
Oh, I didn't.
But here's where I'm going. Savage.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of my thing too. But
Randy Savage, but and it's neck and neck between him and Roddy, and I got a soft spot for Roddy.
Man, Roddy too. I mean, it's almost like it's not enough for the 80s.
It's not enough because you think about the 80s without Roddy Piper, you think about the rock and wrestling without Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
I think you need to put them in their own category as like top villains, even though they turn babyface. But like I always, view them as villains, like Savage. And how did I not even think of Savage? Damn.
Right? I know. And then you can make the argument for Andre too.
Yeah.
even though he's more errors than that.
And if you're talking about if we like you guys mentioned Ed Whalen, I never saw him, so he wouldn't even be in my category. But let's say if we're doing this in Japan, people would say Antonio Noki, Giant Baba. They drew huge houses all the time. Or, how do we exclude Carlos Colon, who sold out all the time on an island?
Or Duel
of the Butcher.
Or Junkyard Dog. Or, yeah.
All right.
Pretty hard. This is the hardest. I feel it cannot be done, but I think I'm going to give you a different category of a Mount Rushmore that I think I just been thinking of this. Think of guys who would be a top category for wrestler, manager, announcer. Because we have mentioned Bobby Heenan, we have mentioned Jerry Lawler, Roddy Piper, and Randy Savage. All four of them did all of that.
So did Mr. Perfect.
And Paul E., but Paul was never a wrestler.
Right.
But
so did Diamond Dallas Page.
So did Zbyszko.
Yeah. This damn Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Whoa, wrestler, manager, announcer. Gosh.
Yeah. Jeez.
That's, holy sh.
Lord Alfred
Mr.
Hayes.
Perfect was a manager.
Yeah, that's true for Flair.
Yeah.
Rick Rude, I wouldn't put him in the top, but he did announcing and he did managing.
Was Zbyszko manager?
He was.
Yeah, he was.
He managed. He managed Mr. Perfect when he handed him the roll of coins, brother. Nick Bockwinkel.
Well, I'm definitely going to put DDP on there because to me he was a great manager for Bad Company. I thought he was really good as an announcer. He was a solid color commentator, and as a wrestler, we know what he did. But a lot of people, forget about the manager announcer part.
Yeah, the only thing was he's such a big, tall guy.
Yeah,
that he was always so much bigger than the guys that he managed. That was it. That visual was sometimes hard to get past, but he can make you forget it with the way that he talked and the way that he dressed and all that sort of thing.
Man.
Now that sounds like Mount Rushmore of guys hailing from Yonkers, New York. This might be easy.
I don't know any.
Damn it.
All right. Well, that's a tough one. I think Bobby Heenan again. I think DDP. I guess Jerry. Right? Was he a manager? Jerry Lawler.
Jerry was. Yeah.
I'm sure he.
Jerry won because he was deemed too small. He could talk.
Wow.
And in early Memphis.
Mr. Perfect. I guess. Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
Interesting spin, Tommy Dreamer.
We can talk forever about this stuff.
We could.
I just get angry about the people I forget about.
I know. After the fact, and then you remember, okay, so...
and then weird, once we get off this phone, I'm going to go home and watch television and watch all their matches, because I'm crazy.
All right, so let's do 90s. We did 80s. Let's do 90s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like to also state I was undefeated in the 1980s, by the way, brother. 2-0.
Oh, yeah.
October 28th, 1989 was my first big one, brother.
Ooh, we're coming up to it, Tommy.
December 2nd.
Had a lot
and
of
I was named Rookie of the Year.
October 28th, 89.
Wow. Tommy. Superstars
number 18. 30 years, brother.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit, you're old.
All right, 90s. What's so funny about that?
I don't know.
Nothing. No. Okay, I'm going to start because you guys started the other one. So, you got to say Austin.
Yeah.
You got to say Austin. There's no doubt about Austin. I think you got to say Rock.
Yeah.
And now here's where she gets tricky. Here's where she gets tricky, and this is where I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to say. Damn it, I think you got to say Taker.
Yeah.
You got to say Taker. And then I wonder, do you go Goldberg?
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's
because because
I know, but think about WCW without him.
Yeah, but that same instance, like I agree with the ones that you said. I would also. It's hard not to throw Shawn Michaels on there.
Or Bret Hart.
Or you also could throw Sting on there. And, it's
hell. You could
man,
throw Sting on the '80s.
You could,
you know.
I think that his time in WCW really was early '90s. I think when he was world champion and considered, the guy that took over.
Yeah, but I mean that's also you got Flair, you have Hogan, you have Dusty. They all, were still doing it, though Dusty started going more behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But think of WCW without Hogan jumping. You know.
Yeah. Where would it?
True. I think though when you think of Hogan,
Savage left too.
Yeah, but I think when you think of them and you think of them in their prime and when they were really chugging, and it's the 80s. I think when you think 90s, you think Austin, you think Rock.
Oh, absolutely.
You think Shawn, Brett, Taker, and that's why I say in WCW, I think of Goldberg and Sting.
I think this Mount Rushmore needs so many categories. We're going to have a lot of mountains all over the place.
Yeah, what has more faces on a mountain than Mount Rushmore? That's the question. I guess there isn't any. This is a stupid idea, whoever it was. Really dumb.
Yeah,
good idea, Tommy.
I would say Shawn and Taker, or Shawn and Brett. I gotta. Damn it!
We got to make a decision here, guys. The world is depending on this
with
decision.
bated breath, right?
Austin, Taker, Brett, Shawn.
Yeah, because you could argue that Rock is from 2000 on.
Yeah,
but it's
no. I don't know, man.
I know. Well, I think it's those 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we go subcategories?
We have an asterisk.
Mount Rushmore of WWE/WWF wrestlers of the 80s and 90s. I think it would help along the way.
Mount Rushmore of ECW, Tommy, go.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, bam.
Paul Heyman, Sabu, Terry Funk. I did this on the network. It's so hard. It's even, I know what I contribute to, but you can't leave people out. It would be a gigantic mountain with all our faces on it, and we'd all be bleeding.
Mountain color.
Yeah, my gosh. All right, so
Mount Rushmore of Canada wrestlers, Canadian wrestlers.
Canada wrestlers. Okay, well, I mean, if I'm floating it out there, again, damn it, there's 5, and one would have to go. But okay, so Sabu, Taz, Tommy, Sandman, Raven. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Paul, RVD, Tommy,
RVD,
Sabu. Oh man.
And I'm not going to include Paul. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm going to include
wrestlers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Sandman.
I think I blocked out Raven, and I block out people if they didn't. Sabu was so ahead of his time and has changed the business.
I think RVD's on there for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I think Raven was really ahead of his time, though.
Yeah.
That character.
Yep.
I think it was really, really, because after that, then everybody started wearing jean shorts and, T-shirts and, being
dirty.
Yeah.
ECW was totally shirts versus skins. And if you had a good body, you were a heel. And if your body was deteriorating like mine, you were a T-shirt, you were a babyface.
Oh, Tommy.
Well, this will be good because after this episode, I want the people to hit us with the tweets to tell us what their versions are. For sure. All right, so a Mount Rushmore of Cruiserweights. Ooh, right?
Ooh.
Ray is number 1.
Yeah.
and I'm not even going to say like Eddie and Benoit and guys like that, because they went and Jericho, because it went somewhere else, and it could be argued rated too. But you can't have a cruiserweight without Ray.
I just think that in the Ray's situation, it's that he's probably the most successful, like pure cruiserweight in the history of that division, right?
Yeah.
So the other guys maybe weren't pure cruiserweight. So
yeah,
they're kind of fringe cruiserweight.
Fringe.
Mike Jackson is still wrestling, and he still is the NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, by the way, guys.
Oh, there you go. All right. So here I'm gonna spit mine out at you, and Jushin Thunder Liger, Rey Mysterio, Dean Malenko, and Danny Hodge. Bam.
I would say Danny Hodge has to be in the beginning, in the middle. Yep. Ray,
well, I'm not
Liger,
doing it in
like
order. I'm not doing it in order. It's not in order,
I
Tommy.
know.
I don't rank them 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just spitting them out. What do you think about that?
I would agree with that as well.
Hodge is one that people are going to be like, huh? What? Huh? Look him up.
How about Mount Rushmore of crazy wrestlers, and not like the Abdullah the Butchers and the Sheik?
Ooh, I like it. All right.
That would be Abdullah, Sheik, Brody. Who else? Need one more.
Terry Funk.
You know what I'm going for. Yeah, Terry Funk was wild and crazy. But he wasn't like where you thought, like, I would say more Kevin Sullivan-ish. I'm not sure I would say him, but you know what I'm talking about, like where you're afraid of them. You think they're going to... I would love to say the Purple Haze, but he wasn't around as much as Purple Haze.
Mark Lewin.
Maniac Mark Lewin, brother.
Bruiser Brody.
He did say Bruiser Brody. I will say, though, Terry Funk was the first guy that made me fear for Hulk Hogan when they wrestled on Saturday Night's Main Event. Yeah. So I will just say that.
I think even Jake Roberts in his,
Yeah, but I see what Tommy's going for. Yeah. He's going for like the total like freak, like the creepy, almost monster character. You know what I mean? That isn't creepy, but it's just crazy. So like Bruiser Brody, Sheik.
We all got 3. We don't have that 4th one. I don't even want to say Ivan Koloff because he wasn't like that. Oh, I got one. Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala used to freak me out. The music.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
There would be total crazy guys that you feared.
Yeah. And you could also throw Stan Hansen in there too.
Yeah.
I would view them more as bounty hunters, brother.
There's a bounty hunter, Mount Rushmore. With Dr. D. David Schultz, with Stan Hansen.
What about when Kane first showed up with that mask and did
I was never afraid of Kane.
The little head tilt, but the kids might be.
Ooh.
Maybe you weren't. I used to have a recurring dream about Kane.
Well, you could throw Undertaker in there too.
Yeah.
I mean,
how about the other day when I was getting on the airplane, I saw, he's running for mayor, and I was wearing my Glenn Jacobs for mayor t-shirt, and I saw a tweet from him, and then right after it, there was a tweet from Jay, and I'm on an airplane, and then I remember how he would always greet him, and he would go, "Suck it," and it's the worst DX stuff, and I started laughing to myself on an airplane right before we board.
Suck it.
Every time he would see Kane, he would do that, suck it, do a weird chop, and either charge him for a lockup, or then he would lock up or punch me.
Sometimes I punch Glenn too.
He would punch him in the stomach if he just had burritos.
Yeah,
in the Denver airport. All right. So we did cruiserweights. We did play-by-play. We've done a lot, actually. I'm quite impressed.
It's so hard to do. I was just actually watching A Football Life with Emmitt Smith, and they asked all these guys who were in the Hall of Fame who they would be greatest running back of all time, even though Emmitt Smith had all the numbers. Some guys like, Barry Sanders. Other guys are like, Jim Brown. So it's so debatable.
It's subjective. Right?
It's totally subjective, but that's what makes it fun. You know,
what about
I don't know.
What about Mount Rushmore of tag teams?
Forget it. That's so hard.
I know.
For me, it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think
hard.
If
I don't include Bubba and Devon, he will ring my phone while we're on this and say, "Why don't you talk about me?"
That's half the reason why I brought that up, because I wanted to shame you.
You would have to definitely go arrows during that, because you guys, Hardys, Dudleys,
that's a tough one.
Yeah,
because you'd have the Steiners and I feel in the 80s as well.
Road
Midnight
Warriors,
Express, Rock and Roll Express,
okay.
Road Warriors,
Heart Foundation, British Bulldogs.
You'd have to do 80s, 90s, 2000s.
Rockers.
That's a whole continent, not even a mountain.
Yeah. Wow.
So much fun.
The Samoans.
Yeah, take us back in the 70s.
I hope your hosers, as you guys like to call them, and I was told when I was in Newfoundland this week that that's what you're calling, because I didn't even realize it.
It's because you don't.
Some person said, I wanted to come up to you and say, Tommy, 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 but I didn't want you because I'm a hoser. And I was looking at him like, what are you talking about? Now I can look at your hashtag and all the stuff.
Yeah, they're hosers. There are hosers. There are 5-second hosers. We had a contest about it and everything. We picked that name.
I like it. Some guy hit me up. He said he's your Steve Austin guy. I don't even know what that was.
Yeah. Oh, he's our music guy. Andrew
you guys bother me all the time. You're not even around me.
Yeah, Andrew Paisano. He does What's Wrong with Wrestling podcast, and then he does our musical accompaniment. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say Mount Rushmore for NWA/WCW.
NWA/WCW. All right.
Yes. I would just say first NWA, because that has to be a complete other category.
Man.
Yeah, it does. Well, you're the one. I had the best one so far with the crazy bloody wrestlers. And then I'm just starting to think about Ox Baker, who was horrible as a wrestler, but he looked like that crazy man that would kill you.
What about Mount Rushmore of face-painted wrestlers?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, that's Road Warriors. That's Sting. That's Ultimate Warrior.
Yep, that's it. I don't think there's anybody else who painted their face ever. Jay, did you ever paint your face?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Not in
Kamala,
public.
There's Papa Shango.
No, I'm saying like as a wrestler.
There's.
Guess what? We forgot somebody. Great Muda. How we doing?
Oh, Great Muda. Yeah. So Great Muda is my favorite Japanese wrestler of all time. I love Great Muda. I have Great Muda action figures on a cabinet in my house. That's how much I like Muda that I got from Japan. So Muda's my guy. So
and who bought you one when you went there once? Who did it?
He what?
It was me. Thank you very much. I bought you an action figure when I went and you didn't go.
Toby. Was that
after? I don't even remember my niceness.
Was that because you felt bad that he hurt his Achilles tendon?
Probably. I don't know.
Tendon? All right. So NWA. So you're saying NWA and WCW needs to be split, is what you're saying?
I do.
All right.
Man. All right.
Because I would put Harley Race. I would still do Flair, Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes, and I would do Terry Funk, because they all held the title, and they all held the title for the longest years. And back then it was so, they gave the title to the top guy who can carry it all across the different and main event all across. So that's kind of how I could easily say that.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to say Flair, Dusty, Harley Race, and Jack Briscoe.
Nice.
Yes, because Jack held it twice. And, yeah, and he had to work so high Giant Baba. Yeah. So he had to pull a good match out of him.
I would go all those and throw Briscoe on mine as well. Yeah, that's the way I'd go.
Yeah. Okay, so WCW then.
I think you still
have... Billy Corrigan will debut a new NWA belt, brother. Let's get him on your thing. Maybe he'll become the NWA champion.
Maybe we will.
On WCW, I would still go Flair, Sting.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Express.
Oh, boo.
They're NWA. I don't know. WCW.
I know where I'm going.
You can even go Steamboat on NWA, right?
You could, but I'm just thinking in terms of but you totally could. So WCW for me, Flair, Sting, Goldberg, Luger.
Yeah, I mean,
Luger
you could
was
also
the one that started. He was like a homegrown NWA guy, and he was the first one that jumped back from WWF on the Live Nitro, and also a name that doesn't get bandied about much anymore.
You could also say Hogan, and you could also say the Outsiders were kind of making that shift of WCW to kind of be.
You could. You could. I guess I'm thinking in terms more WCW before all of that, but then
that was '90s though. So yeah,
it was. Oh my God, we have not have one definitive yet, but that's okay. That's okay. That's what this is all about, guys.
It's a debate.
Toby.
Okay, now
how about Mount Rushmore of prototypical baby faces, where in the sense of not like drawing. If you were me and Bubba have a wrestling school, and I tell people to watch these specific if you're going to be a baby face, because they're always moving forward, they're always on their toes. They're the prototypical baby face that other baby faces should watch to try to get over. And I always say, and I know the last person's going to cause one person on this phone, and it's not Edge to get angry, and it is Ricky Steamboat, Brad Armstrong, Ricky Morton, and Mickey James.
Why would that cause me to get upset?
Because you're crazy, and you'll be like, no, on Mickey. Not that you don't dislike Mickey, but I'm just saying, Mickey as a baby face was great. She's always selling with her face. She always moves her hair back. She's always moving forward.
No, she's great.
She gets sympathy.
I think that it's not a bad call, but you surprised me with that one, Tommy, and I think it's a good one.
Whoa! Like it.
You could all
good Armstrong call too.
Did you say Ricky Steamboat?
You did.
Ricky Steamboat, Brad Armstrong, Ricky Morton, and Mickey James are my top four.
Shawn Michaels.
I view him as a way better heel than a babyface, and I wouldn't say he's a prototypical.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I beg to differ. And I'm smarter than
you. Okay, well, Steamboat, Morton, those are gimmies. Rey Mysterio, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Rey Mysterio's got to be in there.
Yeah.
I mean, Ray is the ultimate babyface to me. Armstrong's great. You know who I never thought he was going to be a heel, because I was like, oh, he's this era's Steamboat. He's this era's Morton. Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
Think back to when he was pure, fired up, boom, 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 like dropping babyface. Man, he was a babyface through and through, and I honestly never thought he could be a heel. Well, he proved me wrong. It wasn't even that I didn't think he could. I just never thought he would. Man, Brad Armstrong. That's.
You know that I'm still angry. I'm angry about a few things in professional wrestling. How about a Mount Rushmore of great things that were either dropped or like messed up, and I still have a hard time getting over it. One has to be Brock Lesnar defeating The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yes.
I will go that to my dying grave.
Me too.
When Kofi Kingston put Randy Orton through the table at Madison Square Garden, to me, that was his next level.
Yep.
And then they just never went full board with Kofi Kingston. I'm still upset about that.
Yeah.
I DM'd him on Twitter about that.
It was time. They were there. People wanted it. Yeah, I agree.
WWE's EC Dub.
Why is that? Because I was the longest reigning champion.
I think we got to do what, like the WWF/WWE Mount Rushmore, which is that's a tough one.
Who?
And I know where I'm going.
Buddy Rogers.
Oh, wow.
Hulk
I can't
Hogan?
agree with you. I can't agree with Buddy Rogers.
Me neither. I want to punch you in the face for Buddy Rogers.
I can't agree with that.
Hulk Hogan.
He was an NWA guy, brother.
Hulk Hogan. Only there shortly.
Hulk Hogan. I was just throwing names out. I'm not saying that's my pick yet. Chill out, guys. I'm just getting names off of out of my mouth hole. Hogan, Savage, Warrior, and Bob Backlund.
All right. How do you not say Bruno Sammartino?
Bruno Sammartino. That's what I meant to say.
It's Bruno, Hogan, Austin. No matter
God,
what.
man, there's so many. But wait, we were going
Bruno,
80s, 90s,
Hogan,
right?
Austin. No, I was saying all. We already did 80s and 90s.
Oh, okay. We're all here. Okay, sorry.
So we're going all.
I got to start again.
Hogan, then. Austin. And here's where it gets tricky. Because now, we got like 4 or 5 that are running. And it's Taker, Andre, Rock, Brett, Sean. How?
I'm not playing this game anymore. It's too hard.
And if you're talking about the Bob Backlund, they did it for 2 reasons, but I don't know if and I'm a huge Bob Backlund fan, but they put him always on. He was never last, so don't know if he was the guy drawing the house. I remember when Bruno Sammartino had an issue with Hulk Hogan, and he talked to me about it, and he was just like, he's saying that he pulled him out of like the small arenas. He's like, who main evented Fenway twice? Not him, me. Who did all these other, he goes, arenas and football stadiums. And Bruno did that. He did, not the Boston Garden, whatever that is. He did Fenway with Killer Kowalski. He did it twice. He did Shea Stadium 3 times and like sold out.
Most Madison Square Garden
those are
sellouts.
WrestleMania-esque houses.
Yeah, so Bruno's the first guy on there.
For sure.
But then you got to put Hogan on there, and you got to put Austin on there, and that's after that. Now it's like, okay, well, crap, Andre, Taker, I view them in the same light. Yeah. And then you got Rock, who's the biggest star ever from this industry. How do you not put him on there? And then you got Sean, and you got Brett, who absolute workhorses who carried the company through some hard times, along with Taker. And historically, if you look through, if you're going about like memorable matches or matches that stand out, well, yeah, those 2 are at the top of the list. So I don't know, man.
Too hard to debate. I thought you guys were just calling me to do Tales from the Indies.
So what? You want to get off now? Is that what you're saying? That was it? We're done?
You're affecting my healing process.
Okay, go get your alternative healing.
No,
Tommy,
I wanted to do a specific segment. Come on,
Tommy. That's
Christian. He had an indie. I wanted to hear about his indie. I had an awesome indie experience.
We'll talk. This is an evergreen episode, Tommy. It might not be relevant.
Damn you guys.
Yeah.
Drive you all to hell as I stand outside of the street.
Mount Rushmore of chubby wrestlers with goatees that wear T-shirts, karate pants, and carry kendo sticks, brother. And whose mothers make their wrestling gear.
Eddie Kingston. He's from Yonkers. Thank you very much.
Tommy.
There you go.
I am the only celebrity from Yonkers that has never been arrested, by the way. My claim to fame.
That will stand out on a resume.
Hold on to that one, though. That's a good one.
I'm trying.
All right, Tommy. Go get your alternative healing. I don't even want to know what that entails. And thank you for being involved in our Mount Rushmore.
Go get your alternate healing, because when I see you at Comic-Con tomorrow, brother, it's going to be all for naught.
Jay has 2...
I'm going to hurt you tomorrow, Tommy.
This week. He has 2 Tales of the Indies going up, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it. I'm protesting. Goodbye.
All right. So now that it's just back to us,
now
that we got rid of the dead weight, Mega Matt had a good idea. Mount Rushmore of entrance music.
Oh, man. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I think back to probably, it was like the Junkyard Dog was probably the first guy to really have entrance music, correct?
I think it was the Freebirds.
Freebirds, maybe, yeah.
World Class.
Yeah, Freebird, yeah. I don't know, that seems like it was...
No, not that. They came to, Skinnerd.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were singing their WCW because it sounded nothing like Freebird.
Oh.
But
maybe I was singing their WCW one.
I think you were.
I got wrestling on the mind, brother.
Yeah.
I have to say, man, it's tough.
All right.
I think Taker's has to be on there because the gong is so.
Yeah.
When you hear that gong, I think the glass shattering from Austin. I think
Yeah.
Flair's music. I know there's a name for it, and I can't remember what the actual name of that song is. Flight of the Bumblebee or something.
I think it's 2001: Space
Yeah,
Odyssey.
I think that's what it is. I have to tell you though, Shawn Michaels' "Sexy Boy" song, only because I would sing it if I was wrestling him, I'd be in the ring, and I think I've told this before. Where I was singing "Sexy Boy" when he was on his way to the ring.
Well, so when I teamed with Hogan, Real American comes on because he used it for that because it's 4th of July, and I was singing it. And you got to put Real American in there.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's got to be in there. Austin's got to be in there. Taker's going to be there. Here's where I got to go toot toot because I think mine.
Yeah.
I think mine.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mine is pretty badass.
You think it's Rushmore worthy?
I'm pretty sure it was like voted the #1 song at one point by,
of all times.
Yeah, on like the WWE website, I think.
Huh.
Yeah,
these fucking millennials don't know what they're talking about.
I'm biased, obviously, but I just loved that and still do love that song.
Let me see here. Gosh darn it, Matt. What do you think?
An argument could be made for Jericho's too, because it's very distinctive in his entire career.
Matt's got something.
There's some music that comes from people who weren't tremendous stars. I mean, Tatanka's was very
on a Mount Rushmore.
My own Mount Rushmore.
Oh, your own personal.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So big fan. I like.
What about Bastion Boogers? It was just belching.
Yeah, that one was a little too gross, but I was a big Tatanka guy. I liked Macho Man's.
Oh yeah, Macho
Pomp
Man
and
too.
Circumstance.
Yeah, there's too many,
It's
man.
a classic. I mean, you could.
Common Man.
$1 Million Man's was unbelievable.
I hated it though.
It was kind of perfect.
Hard Times, Big Boss Man.
Yeah.
Man.
Doing hard time. Outback Jack.
You got to think the Rocks.
Time
too, right?
Kangaroo down. Spalt. Time Kangaroo down.
You got to think of the Rocks too. If you smell the Rocks again, or do you smell the Rocks again when that would hit? Place would go electric, brother. So,
what about
Christian? Christian.
Make fun all you want, but people still to this day.
What are you talking? I liked it.
Sing that to me on the street. To this day. Someone just did it the other day. So yeah.
You know what might be in there eventually is old Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah, that one's amazing.
Or Shinsuke.
Yeah. We should wrap this little Rushmore up. What do we want to do? The final Rushmore finishers, because it's the end of the show, brother.
Ooh. Yeah. See what you did there. I see what you did.
Yeah.
My gosh. Ooh. Well, I mean, it depends on what we're talking about here.
Right.
Are we talking about like
tag team
insanity? Or no, I just mean, are we talking insanity here? Are we talking like, okay, yeah, the tombstone?
Well, let's talk about like to me,
the DDT.
Yeah, I was going to say like
Jakes,
the DDT kind of changed the face of finishers, and
yes.
You know what I mean? Because people were legit would come out of their seats when all he had to do was spin his finger around in a circle, and people came fucking unhinged because they wanted to see this DDT, because they also knew what was coming after, which was the snake. So it was kind of like this whole the start of having like that signature.
Move,
just
be the like,
and also
not only that, but
a trend of doing something that wasn't the norm, because nobody had really seen a DDT at that point, and it kind of maybe tried to up people's games from just going to something that they'd seen before, and they just give it a name, you know, like whether it was Honky Tonk Man with a swing neck breaker and just called it the Shake, Rattle, and Roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, or a leg drop, or I think the pile driver.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether it's Tombstone or whether we're talking Jerry Lawler, Paul Orndorff,
right.
I think the pile driver was one where it was actually used, like they banned it in certain angles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how devastating and how feared the pile driver was.
Right.
And even still, like if I run into people who don't know anything, oh, did you do like pile drivers? That's a move that everybody knows for whatever reason, because that was the scary one.
Yeah.
And if done right, man, it looks killer. Whether it's Tombstone or whether it's the classic kind of Jerry Lawler and Paul Orndorff, they had the two that I really remember like that.
Yeah. I think
Don Morocco, obviously Taker, Kane. But even if you want to like jump it up even more, you think of like P.D. Williams with the Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah.
That's a pile driver.
Yeah.
It's a crazy maxed out version of it, but it's the pile driver.
Well, if you think about mine, when I was using the kill switch / I'm prettier, was basically a form of a DDT.
A DDT, yeah.
So
I think DDT. I remember when Jake. Was coming over, like even if you looked at Jake and go, okay, well, he doesn't stand a chance with this guy, you always figured, oh yeah, but that DDT, he can get it anywhere. And when he was a heel, it was so scary, because I just remember watching that deal with Steamboat, and again, I think I've talked about it, legitimately knocked Steamboat out.
Yeah.
And a huge contusion on his head and everything. And I just remember going, oh my gosh, all right, that is the most devastating, scary move I have ever seen.
Yeah. And also you have to think of the, I think the figure 4 as well. Could be on there because
case could be made.
Yeah.
Case could be made.
You think about all the lineage of the greats that use that, especially world champions that use the figure 4 as their finish. And think about the time too where that was a feared move and guys were selling it, and once you got locked in it, you weren't getting out. And
again, to the layperson, everybody goes, oh, you have a figure 4 leg lock? Like, it's just one of those ones that everybody has tried at some point. Yeah. So obviously we're not going like shooting star press, things like that. We're talking like,
well, I mean, all these things morphed from these sorts of things, right? Like, I mean, you think about the shooting star morphed from like a Superfly. These are all, and that, you could put the Superfly on there because it was kind of ahead of its time, especially when it came off the cage in Madison Square Garden against Don Morocco. So, and I had another one too I was going to say. No, I can't remember what it was.
Argument could be made for a choke slam too,
or the claw.
Yeah,
maybe I don't think the claw would be on there, but
I just think about how often the choke slam has been used since it was kind of. I think it was 911 in ECW that first started.
Well, here's one. I'm going to blow your fucking little brain off your head.
Why is it off my head instead of out of?
It's almost out now, and I just knocked it the rest of the way. A fucking spear.
I mean, yeah.
And I don't know how to call it the fucking spear, but I did. Just because it's
used a lot.
I know, but when Goldberg kind of introduced it, it was almost one of those like, how did nobody ever think of that?
Yeah,
Well,
but who's to say that like Bronco Nagurski?
Yeah, maybe they did. I mean, maybe they did, but
he was the one though that
changed
was
it.
Like, whoa, what was that? Yeah. And now everybody uses it.
Yeah. And think about too, the spear actually wasn't even really his finish. It was a setup to the jackhammer.
The jackhammer. Yeah. So argument could be made for that, especially now that the top star in the WWE is using it as his finisher.
Yeah. And you stole it from Goldberg, whatever.
Yeah. And who else uses it? Charlotte. And I don't know, everybody at some point.
Yeah.
Big Show and Batista and I think those are some good ones. I'd like to throw in the Iron Sheik's camel clutch in there somewhere too.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't say on the Mount Rushmore, but it was definitely one that.
So this is the last one, and then as we say in the business, we're going to take it home. But I'm going to put a Stone Cold Stunner on the E&C pod for this week.
Gong, 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 gong. So technically, did we just rocket strap Tommy?
Yeah, I mean, we always do. And he would be like the only project we have.
Well, you know what though? Like rocket strapping him is like fucking rocket strapping the Hindenburg. It's
Well, maybe
like the Led Zeppelin. It's gonna go down.
Maybe we need to bring out the really big artillery. The biggest rocket we got, and strap it to him.
Just and pull him on up with us.
Hope for the best, man. So.
Well, I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe being on our show and talking with his strapped House of Hardcore on Twitch to the moon.
Yeah.
That was a free plug for him there.
Yeah. Twitch, Tommy, Twitch, Tommy, Twitch, Twitch, Tommy, Twitch,
That's a way better name than Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Twitch.
We've just created a whole line of T-shirts for Tommy alone.
Yeah.
God, he should be so thankful to us.
Yeah. I can't wait to be able to start chanting out Tommy Twitch, Tommy Twitch, Tommy Twitch.
He should rename his DDT that.
Yeah.
The Tommy Twitch.
Oh man. Fuck. Man, we're on it. This pod, man.
I am strapping everything in sight. What?
My T-shirt's going to be strapping and slapping.
Oh.
Yeah.
You are... What is with the slapping thing?
I don't know.
Well, why? Why? First of all, you have a fascination with my ass. I don't know what's happening there. When it happened.
It's kind of like a cutting and a strutting, but different. Yeah.
Yeah, but different. Yeah.
Yeah. So
there you have it.
Yeah.
All right, Birdman.
All right.
Well,
I'm done with you.
Yeah.
I guess I'll talk to you when you're back in this time zone next week.
Yeah. Yeah. With the Guyaki.
Fucking goo.
Ooh, it's on.
It's just shortened into the goo.
The goo. Well, I'm gonna get the goo in me. I'm gonna get the goo up all in me and look out.
Yeah. All right, hosers. It was a fun little show. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you next week.
It's a horrible ending.
I know.